So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are here live from Campus and Beyond with the one and only Sean Harity. We learned a little bit about him earlier this week. He is a Sox fan. We found that out early on, but he is a really wonderfully engaged administrator here on the campus of Truman College. Welcome, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It was a pleasure talking with you earlier this week, really getting to know you. But here, we want to talk about 5 steps to early success as we talk about financial aid.
Definitely.
We want to talk about 5 early steps. Talk to me about the date. When is it? When can a student begin to look to apply for financial aid?
Yeah, so the FAFSA applications for the fiscal years open on October 1st for the next following academic year. So for the 2021-2022 academic year, you'll be filling out the FAFSA on October 1st when it pops open. So once that date pops open, you can fill it out as soon as you want to.
Right. And so October 1st, 2020, are there any benefits of going in early?
Definitely. So what some students don't understand is that some aid is first come, first served basis, which is very important. For example, federal SEOG grants, which is the Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, Truman does get here at our institution. That is a first come, first served basis. So the earlier you do it, you may be packaged and eligible for those. Now there's different factors, but time is of the essence when you do apply for that. Another example of that is MAP funding at the state level, which is the Monetary Award Program. That's another one that's first come, first served basis. So getting those in as early as possible can lead you to extra hundreds or thousands of dollars. Wow. Not only that, but those that come earlier and want to work on campus, whether it's federal work study,
yes,
ambassadors, things like that, you got your stuff in. I know who you are. I'm more apt to hire you. That's just, it comes with opportunity as well.
So the early bird gets the worm in this instance.
Oh, man. And not only that, but scholarships. If you want to apply for a scholarship, you need to have your FAFSA filled out. So if you don't have it filled out, you're going to be now stuck until you fill it out. So just do it, get it done.
Get it done.
Easy.
Get it done. I appreciate that. You hit on a couple of key components, really about just showing up early.
Yep.
Is this a one-time sit and get as you fill out your financial aid, or are there layers to it?
Yeah, so that's a trick question. Unfortunately, there's layers. With that being said, you could be a one and done. You could be the student that applies for financial aid. Your stuff is all good, set, and when you enroll, you have nothing to be worried about because it's already in the system. Many of our students end up being selected for what's called verification.
Okay.
Verification is the process where they are literally just verifying the information you have put on your FAFSA and sent to the government. The government, what they do is they compare the information on your FAFSA to your taxes. So if things are off or if things don't make sense, they just want to double check and make sure things are going okay. The problem with the verification process is it's not fast. So students who get selected for verification the week or two prior to school starting normally do not get their verification finished before that first
class
week of class.
Start.
Yeah, and we have a 3-day payment period. So if you don't get your verification completed within those 3 days, which I'm going to be honest with you, that's very hard to do, you end up having to pay out of pocket. And if you start a payment plan, that's a $30 that if you are eligible for financial aid, you're going to lose out of pocket.
You don't necessarily get
You
back.
will never get back. So really, the verification process is super important. If you can apply October 1st, we can work with you starting in February, March, April, all summer.
Y'all hear that?
Getting your verification finished all summer. When we're bored and y'all are bored or having fun, come to Truman. We can get your verification finished. The summer is the best time to do it. The students that get it done, they get expedited service because guess what? There's not lines. If you wait till late August or early August,
you're behind a ton of people now.
Students.
What I hear you say is that in some instances, verification is, you can't avoid that.
Correct. That is correct.
But when you come to the table, are there certain documents that you need to have to make sure that you're going to help yourself move through this process as seamless as possible?
Yep. So W-2s, taxes, your 2019 taxes are what's going to be utilized for your 21-2022 FAFSA application. So whether that's for yourself, your taxes, your parents, it all depends on your personal situation. But those documents are very important, and then utilizing the different tools on the FAFSA web help to complete the application.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, when it comes to parent involvement, one of the things that I found is in some instances, parents need to really be involved.
That is correct.
What is a positive word that you can give to parents who watch this video?
Well, a positive word is that it's not, it's a lot more intimidating than it really is. It's just helping your student by putting your documentation or anything that we ask for, getting that to them and just letting us assist you in the process. And if you want to work directly with your student, there's this thing called FERPA that I would highly encourage you and your student to work with our registrar's office and getting that fixed. You can do it through the portal too and get a FERPA on the account, and then the parent can even talk to us directly. If there's no FERPA access on the account, I can't speak to you directly about your student's financial aid, and unfortunately some parents get a little upset about that.
And if you can see, guys, right there at the bottom, it shows you what FERPA stands for, right? And why it's important that you go ahead, if you want to speak on behalf of your student, why it's important for you guys to do your homework on the FERPA law.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not trying to be hard or difficult. We're trying to assist you. That's what our job here is at the institution. We don't have the money. We assist you in getting the funding from the state or the federal. We do not make any decisions as to what you're applicable for. That's done at a much higher level. We are here for you, and I want you guys to know that.
And then finally, as the student goes through this process, you know, everything's measurable.
Yep.
Are there any suggestions around how they can measure, other than having something that says, look, you're totally good, you're complete? Yep. Are there any other measures of success where they can measure themselves throughout this process?
Yeah, so that will be done directly with one of our advisors. What I don't want you to do is file the FAFSA and think you are finished. That is not where it's
Great
finished.
point, Sean.
Please come and see us. What's the worst case we can tell you? Hey, you're perfect. There's no better answer than that. And when we give that to students, students are ecstatic. But if we do give you a message like, hey, there's a little more to do, we're here to then assist you. So please know that. But many students, they receive what is from federal government, just the FAFSA itself says, hey, you're eligible for this amount. That's not necessarily true. There may be verification things that are behind the scenes that we still need to complete before you do get eligible for that amount. So please know that when you come into us, the best way to measure your success is to meet with an advisor and let us tell you exactly where you are at in the process. We are happy to meet with every student. So please.
Thank you so much, Sean. We really appreciate you. We got it done right there in the correct amount of time. Here, look at that link at the bottom. That's how you're going to be able to get in touch with Sean himself, the Assistant Director of Financial Aid here at Truman College. In addition, there's a Zoom link there at the bottom where if you need individual help, I know so often we want to talk directly with someone, see someone, there's an option there to take advantage. Sean dropped a lot of nuggets. It is important to get involved early. It is important to make sure you have the correct documentation. Your follow-up is extremely important. Parent involvement, if you want to have the maximum involvement, make sure that you look at that FERPA information. Mm-hmm. And then finally, commit to the process. Commit to the process, and it will take care of you. Sean, we want to thank you today, sir.
Thank you.
This is wonderful. You'll also see some other financial aid tidbit videos here on our Truman YouTube page. Make sure you go and subscribe right away as you follow us to make sure that your enrollment here at Truman College is seamless. Always imparting. Together we're going to do it. One Truman.